Hi, besties! The summer update is coming soon. Will we get another big collaboration like Frat? With new codes and a new quest. Today, I will tell you everything about the upcoming update, from sneak peeks of new things and right up to the release date. So watch this video until the end so you don't miss anything. Let's not wait and get started soon. In the upcoming summer update, we are 100% getting a new quest. This isn't just a theory anymore. It's practically confirmed thanks to a teaser that the developers recently posted. In it, we see Lana playing with a small toy boat. But players are noticing more and more details and clues every day. Recently, one of the influencers showed this photo on her channel. She took a screenshot of this video and turned the exposure up to the maximum. And if we look closely at the corners of this photo, we see that there is something there. Other players think that maybe this is a map of a new quest, and it seems like some coral reefs are visible there. At first glance, the video seems ordinary and uneventful. Lana simply moves the boat around randomly in the water for 6 straight minutes without saying a word. But if you look closer, you'll notice that this video is hiding more than it shows. The first clue is in the video's duration, exactly 6 minutes and 28 seconds. That number isn't random. If we interpret it as a date, it reads 6/28, which very likely points to June 28th. This might be the official release date of the new quest. But there's an even stronger clue hidden in the video's description. If you take all the capital letters from the description and put them together, they spell the word quest. This is a clear message from the developers, confirming that what we're looking at isn't just a simple video but a teaser for an upcoming in-game quest. So at this point, we can confidently say that a quest is coming. Now let's go back to the winter quest for a moment. Remember that secret scene you could unlock through the fountain? At the very end of that scene, Lana is seen sailing away on a boat, saying goodbye to someone and hinting that they may never see each other again. It's possible that this new video is referencing that scene. Perhaps it's a continuation of that story, or maybe it's meant to expand on it. Of course, this is just my theory. But wouldn't it be amazing if the developers are weaving a connected storyline across different seasonal updates? Let me know in the comments what you think. Is there a deeper link between the two? And while the quest might be the biggest highlight of the summer update, it's certainly not the only thing we'll be getting. Let's take a look at what else might be included in this exciting new chapter. By the way, if you're a fan of Fortnite, I have some amazing news for you. It has just been revealed that Dress to Impress is launching an official collaboration with Fortnite. This is a surprising but incredibly exciting step for both games. In Fortnite, there will be a brand new mode that closely resembles a Dress to Impress round. Players will be able to put together outfits based on different themes and rate each other's looks, essentially creating a full-on fashion contest right within Fortnite. This marks a new level of cross-platform creativity since Fortnite is well known for its wide range of collaborations, but bringing in a fashion-themed gameplay mode is something completely fresh. It's also a fantastic opportunity for Dress to Impress fans to try out something similar in a new environment, while still enjoying the familiar dress-up and styling experience. And if you're curious about what this mode will look like, what kinds of themes will be featured, how the interface works, and what exactly you'll be able to do, let me know in the comments. If enough people are interested, I'll definitely create a full review and show you everything in detail. Recently, the developers treated us to a few sneak peeks not just of new items, but of a complete redesign of the Dress to Impress lobby. And the best part, all of this is part of the upcoming summer update. So let's take a closer look at what we can expect very soon. The first thing that immediately stands out is that the entire map has been completely reworked into what looks like a spacious two-story interior. The overall design feels much more modern and open. One of the most exciting additions is the new parkour area. It looks fun and dynamic, and based on the two different versions we've seen in screenshots, it seems they might be testing different layouts or even planning to include multiple variants. There's also a sneak peek of the second floor. What really pops here is the abundance of flowers and greenery beautifully arranged throughout the space. It gives the map a fresh, summery feel that fits perfectly with the upcoming update. Moving on, we have some screenshots of the new dressing room. Interestingly, the portrait of the Queen of Hearts remains in place, possibly as a nod to the original version or simply because it's a fan favorite. The area continues the floral aesthetic, and one of the most noticeable changes is the flooring. It now features a square tile pattern, which adds a clean and structured look to the space. One area shown is most likely where the gender selection mannequins will be placed. Another image reveals the updated accessories and shoe section, which looks brighter and more organized than before. And finally, we even got a sneak peek at Style Showdown mode, which will also be receiving some updates in the summer release. But we'll dive into that a bit later, so stay tuned. And these are not all the teasers of things that await us in the new update. Let's see what awaits us then. First, we have these beautiful accessories that were shown in the promo content. They looked stunning and full of detail, but so far, we haven't seen them in the shop or the customization menu. Hopefully, they'll still be added soon because they really stood out and seemed quite special. The first item is this luxurious headdress in the form of a kokoshnik, which is decorated with gold ornaments and ruby stones. The next accessory is an incredible hand mirror, which is made in the same style, gold with rubies. I wonder if you can see the reflection there. And the last one, this is such a staff that complements the collection, with a very expressive and cute heart made of red ruby on top. I especially love the idea of the mirror. It would be amazing if it came with multiple toggles, allowing different placement variations in hand or even different angles. That would add more customization and creativity to outfit creation. To be honest, I think these will be quest rewards. But the quest itself hasn't even been released yet, but I really hope the developers won't make us wait too long. We also didn't receive the student cap that was announced quite a while ago. It appeared in previews and promotional images several updates ago, but still hasn't made it into the game. The same goes for the new cape from the set we were already shown in-game, even featured on two characters at once. That made it feel even more like something that was just around the corner, yet it's still unavailable in the shop. In one of the developer Q&A videos, a new dress briefly appeared in the background. This particular dress had even been mentioned on the developer's official Twitter, where they stated it would be a future rework of an existing Robux set. Despite that announcement, the dress hasn't been added to the game yet, which is a bit surprising considering it seemed ready for release. We also still haven't seen the new patterns that were previewed before the update. In particular, I'm sad about the pearlescent petal pattern because I think it would have fit beautifully with many different outfits, especially magical or spring-inspired ones. A total of 3 patterns were previewed, but none of them have made it into the game so far. Players are still interested in when the duo poses promised to us will be released. But Zach replied that unfortunately he is currently having some problems with the release of these poses, but they should definitely be released. Let's remember what these poses are. Muscular pose. Pose to hold a partner in your arms. Hug pose. Pose to hold a partner on your back. Selfie pose. Also, during a discussion in the official Discord chat, someone asked whether we can expect more packs. Bplace responded with a yes, so now we're left wondering what exactly that means. Are we getting new pose packs, new walk styles, or maybe something entirely new? I'm personally very curious to find out. We also have a lot of teasers for the summer update. Because Zach recently posted a post on Twitter asking players to write what they would like to see in the update. But he clarified that he is not about things, hairstyles, or clothes, but about functions. And the most interesting thing is that he replied to almost every comment. Of course, not all 400. Well, half of them for sure. I will not show you all the answers because it will take a lot of time, but I will just show you the most interesting ideas that I think are of interest to most people. A girl named Kelly suggested replacing the names of the poses with their pictures. After all, sometimes it is really difficult to remember each pose by name because of the number of poses in the game. The developer replied that it is just a very, very cool idea that he will submit to the Dress to Impress team for consideration, but warned that because of the really large number of poses in the game, it will take more time, and it is not certain that they will have time for the summer update. In my opinion, it is just a great idea because I am sure that almost everyone has encountered such a problem. One of the players decided to ask about the update in the Style Showdown mode and said that it would be very cool to add more hairstyles, clothes, and makeup to it, and something like clothes for money. Zach replied that they implemented Style Showdown as a separate mode, so updates are released less often in it. But in the next update, we can expect a lot of new inventions in this game. Personally, I am a big fan of this mode, so I am definitely looking forward to new updates. The next idea is the one we considered in the previous video, namely the request to add the ability to change the color of vitiligo to the game. But unfortunately, the developer explained that because they had already added such a function in the previous update and the community began to consider it as disrespect for this feature, they decided not to experiment with this feature anymore. To be honest, it's a shame to hear this, because the vitiligo function could be used for various creative looks to add some kind of magic effect to your skin. Many people would be happy about this update. To return the old exclusive things from different updates to the game for at least 2 days. But this is also impossible, or rather partially. The developers can return some codes to the game for a day, or simply remove old things. But they physically cannot add things like from the Brat collection, because it was a collaboration that ended. I can't 100% relate to this idea, because I have mostly all the things from different updates. But if I imagine that I don't have them, then I would clearly not be happy with such an explanation from Zach. The idea that in the game you can transfer or trade in-game pink cash. Despite the fact that many players really want such a function to be added to the game, the developers are unlikely to do it. After all, the priority for them is the very idea of the game, creating images and receiving a reward for it. And so you can earn money not from creating images, but from your additional 10 accounts, from which you will dump all the money into the main one. Here I fully support Zach's opinion, because no matter how much it would make the game easier, it would still lose its meaning. In my opinion, the best idea of all, one of the players suggested adding daily tasks to the game for which you could receive a reward. The Dress to Impress team also liked this idea, and they confirmed that in the future they want to add something similar to daily tasks or daily rewards for registering in the game. After all, unlike other games, Dress to Impress clearly lacks something like this. I really want something like this in the game. After all, Dress to Impress really lacks some other mini-games in the middle of the game that would strengthen your desire to continue playing. The next idea that we also considered in the last video is the idea of adding a function to save a hair combo. But despite the popularity of this idea, unfortunately, it is also unlikely to be in the game. Because then the meaning of the game is also lost, because then you will have everything prepared. And the game is aimed at creating an image that will get a place in the ranking in a short period of time. To be honest, I don't really understand the position of the Dress to Impress team here, because we already have the function of saving custom makeup, so why can't we save a hair combo? Write what you think in the comments. It's very interesting to read your thoughts. I'm sure many of you have noticed that we haven't received any new updates for the Style Showdown mode in quite some time. It's felt a bit neglected lately, but good news! The developers are actively working on the next update and have already shared a few exciting announcements about what we can expect. First of all, it looks like the old set, which players could earn by placing first 3 times in a row, will be removed. Instead, a new seasonal system is going to be introduced. Each season will offer a unique set as a reward, but once the season ends, that set will be replaced by a completely new one. This is a fantastic idea because once you earn the current set, there's usually little reason to keep playing the mode. Seasonal rewards will bring back long-term motivation and a reason to stay engaged. To make gameplay even more exciting, the developers are also introducing brand new types of challenges during the rounds. Here are a few they've already announced. Force duos, you'll be paired with a random player and have to create your outfit together, testing your coordination and creativity. Mixed controls, the control keys will be shuffled, meaning you'll have to figure out new ways to move and act. Lights off, the entire map will be dark, with only your avatar glowing faintly. This will create a totally different vibe. Desaturate, the whole game will turn black and white, forcing players to focus more on shape, layering, and detail rather than color. But that's not all. Players themselves have already started coming up with their own challenge ideas, and some of them are really clever. I'm going to show you a few of these fan concepts as well, because who knows, maybe the devs will be inspired and actually add some of them to the game. Blurred screen, the screen is blurred so you don't really know what you're doing. Invisi items, the items are invisible so you don't know what you're putting on. Limited colors, one color can only use a limited range of colors in your outfit. I personally really like the idea with the Lights OFF and Desaturate challenges. What do you think? Write in the comments. And many are wondering where the same plus-size bodies that we were promised last year are. Well, don't worry, they will be added, but unfortunately only at the end of 2025, so we're waiting. We are also waiting for a new massive collaboration with celebrities. The developers have been telling us about it since the beginning of the year. Who do you think it will be? Sabrina Carpenter or someone from K-pop? Write in the comments. And now let's move on to the most anticipated part, 3 ways to get into VIP for free. And now let's move on to the most anticipated thing, how to try on clothes with VIP for free. I think everyone has experienced that moment when you finally enter the VIP area in Dress to Impress, only to find out you can't actually wear everything. You see a cool outfit, click on it excitedly, and suddenly a pop-up appears telling you to buy a game pass. It's frustrating, especially when you just want to try on some fun items or put together a creative look. But what can you do if you really want to try on VIP items without paying for a pass? The solution is actually very simple. First, exit the main Dress to Impress game and type DTI Coolness Mode into the Roblox search bar. Then, enter the first game that shows up in the results. When you spawn into the game, you'll find yourself in the main lobby. However, that's not where we need to be just yet. Look around for a heart-shaped teleporter, step on it, and it will instantly take you to the dressing room. Once you arrive in the dressing room, you'll see tons of outfits, many of which are from Dress to Impress. While these items are cool, we're not focusing on them right now. Though, if you're interested, I could do a full review of this game in the future. It's actually more complex than it first appears. Anyway, let's keep going. To the right of where you spawn in the dressing room, you'll notice the entrance to the VIP room. That's where we're heading. Inside the VIP room, you can try on any VIP item completely for free. Some of the items even include exclusive pieces normally reserved for high-ranked players in the main game, but here, they're available to everyone. And that's the trick. Now you know how to experiment with VIP looks without spending a single Robux. It's a great way to test outfit ideas and prepare for upcoming themes completely for free. Before the summer update, I highly recommend that you enter all the codes, as many of them are over a year old and could disappear at any moment. CHOOP1E_1S_B for CK. Lana. Lihesh. C for Ma for Lay. M3RM for Id. D1 Orst for R. Sem15 Psi. B3APL for YS_DL1E. Ella. Megan Place Boots. Lanabo. Lanatutu. S3M_OW3 and _Y for Y. Ibelislay. Belalislay. Creek. It's just Nicolas. Amoy. Takus. Kichu. Ashley Bunny. Laboots. 1Con1CF Fortma. And if you haven't entered the 2 new codes from the pedal update yet, here they are. The first available code is Angle Tanked, but you have to be very careful because the second letter is actually replaced by the number 4. By redeeming this code, we will receive an adorable motorcycle helmet. We will take a closer look at it in a moment. Now let's enter the second code, which is called Enchantedizy. Here as well, attention is needed because the first D is replaced by the number 3, and the letter I is replaced by the number 1. By using this code, we will get a colorful rainbow magic wand. Let's take a closer look at these items. The first item was the helmet with cute cat ears. It looks extremely adorable and futuristic at the same time. I am sure this accessory will become very useful in many themed rounds, adding extra brightness and uniqueness to any outfit. The second item is a magic wand that can be held in either hand thanks to the toggle system. When you hold it and move around, a trail with magical VFX effects will follow your character. I really like this item for how impressive it looks and for the way it brings a special touch to any outfit. That's everything I wanted to show you today. I hope this video was helpful and that you now feel more confident exploring the new update and knowing what to look out for. Don't forget to redeem all the codes while they're still active. Also, keep an eye out for upcoming news because some of the previewed items might still arrive in future mini updates. As always, I'd love to see your support. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit the notification bell so you never miss any game updates. See you in the next video. Bye-bye, besties!